Of Rohingya Muslims from Bangladesh to Myanmar were scrapped yesterday after mass protests inside Bangladeshi refugee camps. While more than 2,000 Rohingya refugees were expected to be moved out of Bangladesh in the first group, where they have been living in cramped camps. Over 500,000 Rohingya Muslims have left Myanmar since 2015 as a result of violent military crackdowns. The head of the Bangladeshi Refugee Agency said the repatriations were cancelled as they were unable to find anyone willing to go back. Well, joining us live now is Tom Woodruff. He's a UN representative at Independent Diplomat, a non-profit advisory group that works with the Rohingya. Well, could you tell us how unexpected was it that these Rohingya refugees just didn't want to go back?
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me. I don't think it was unexpected if anyone had asked the Rohingya themselves, but I mean, to be very clear here, what we've effectively had is a frenzy whipped up seemingly for domestic political purposes in both Myanmar and in Bangladesh. And the big victim of that has, of course, been the Rohingya themselves. And this started about a week ago with an announcement that the two countries would begin the process of repatriating Rohingya refugees back to Myanmar, starting with an initial objective of around 2,000 by the end of November. But of course, as we know from the UN's own fact-finding mission, not only did what they go through likely constitute genocide in Myanmar, but that many of those conditions are still taking place there. So it's unsurprising, of course, that the Rohingya themselves would not want to go back. Until there can be guarantees of safe, dignified and of course, voluntary returns.
So there is no guarantee that the conditions and attitudes toward the Rohingya have improved in any sense then?
No, I mean, quite the opposite. As I say, I mean, the UN's latest fact-finding mission report, multiple hundreds of pages, very credible evidence, suggests that a lot of the conditions and the persecutions and violence that they went through still exist. Indeed, to this day, people continue to flee from Myanmar to Bangladesh. The Rohingya themselves have outlined quite clearly a number of conditions that they see need to take place before any returns. Of course, that includes things like the United Nations having access to Rakhine State itself. First and foremost, of course, though, for them, it's guarantees around citizenship so that they will have more protections against those kind of persecutions in the future. But also things like the return of their land, guarantees around that, some kind of protection force, whether civilians or some form of military entity as well. But as I say, we're a long way off that process at the moment.
Well,